Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Right.
None.
Hey, hello, all things ruthless, home of the ruthless addict. How you doing? This was weird but good. John David did an amazing job. Yes, he did. He did. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen the piano lesson before, but this, uh, yeah, this is not my first time seeing the piano lesson. So I knew it was his character, Boy Willie, is a little eccentric and a little bit cray cray, you know, but he doesn't mean no harm. But anyway, all right, let's go on up here. Um, let's get it going. Let's get it going. Hold on a second. Hey, Miss Kira. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? How
Nothing.
you, how you doing?
Taking it easy,
Hey,
trying to take it easy today.
yeah, me too, girl. Me too. Me too. Everything was going bad. The daggone microphone and the camera. That's what I said. I said everything
I
go
know.
wrong. Right when you about to try to go live, I gotta start getting my stuff set up much earlier, I guess, because
Yeah.
I wait till the last minute, and then it's like
Yeah.
the computer wanted to reboot, and the microphone didn't work. I had to reset. All the stuff.
Every single time.
Every single time. Every single time. Um, Hey, what's up, Nita? What's going on? Happy
Hey,
Thanksgiving.
ladies.
Hey, Tamika.
Hey y'all.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing? How you
Pooh.
feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hope that cold is easing up on you.
Yeah.
She
It
said,
is. See that? Yeah, child. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Hey, Lemmy Kush, what's going on with you? Candy Love. Hey, what's up? All right. Yeah, please do all the things. The like, what is it? Like, subscribe, share, comment, all the stuff. Please do all
Mhm.
the things. All the things to everybody's channel. Just go around to all the channels and do all the stuff for everybody. We are a small community of us black
yes.
men and women, and we all scratching and surviving good times in life
Mhm.
and on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
On YouTube and in life. And so we to keep us going, yes, please, please like and subscribe. And send
Mhm.
us comments. We do like the comments. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so anyway, let's go on and get this thing going. We got a lot going on today. Um, did y'all know about the piano lesson? From the play, just initially, did in the end time of your life, did you know about it? August
Yes.
Wilson.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I've
did
heard of it.
too.
I think I watched not the play, but the old movie a
Yes.
This
long
one here.
time ago.
Yeah.
This one,
I
but I
just wanted
Mhm.
to
don't.
highlight this one, so because a lot of people didn't know
Yes.
the Hallmark Channel
Right.
did one many 1995. This one came
Mhm.
out with 1995, and this is the one I had said to Tamika. This is the one that I knew about
Right.
prior to
Yes.
them remaking it and everything. This one is fantastic. It's on YouTube. I
Mhm.
recommend people go and watch this version too, and that way you can compare the two to see which one.
Absolutely.
But I say both of them is great. But Charles Dutton, you can't do no wrong with Charles Dutton. Okay, and then the gentleman who played Mr. Gaines, he from some I can't think of his real name, so I don't want to just rest in peace to him. And he got Courtney B. Vance. You can't go wrong with him. Alfred Woodward, come on, goddess. She, in acting. And
yes, I love her. I love all of them.
The man who played Rock's father on the TV show Rock. I can't think of it. I hate when I can't remember somebody's name, but then the gentleman in the back, I knew him from several things, but I knew him from when he played Malcolm X's dad in Malcolm X. But he's been on so many things. He's been on so many things. Yeah. So this was an all-star cast back then in 1995. Yes. Yeah, so I recommend people go watch it. Like I said, it is on YouTube, or at least it was, unless somebody it was on YouTube.
One that played Rock father, I think his name was Carl Gordon, and then the other guy. Yeah, that's right. I might not be pronouncing it right. Y'all know I'll be butchering names.
Right.
And Courtney B. Vance also played the son
on the play, right?
In the play, and he played in Fences with
Fences with
Denzel.
Not Denzel.
Not Denzel. Oh God!
He just passed away. Come on now.
Well, I can see his face.
What is the man's name? Wait a minute. The one who played Eddie Murphy's father on Coming to America. Come on now. He played Darth Vader.
Yes. Oh God.
His name is not in my head.
I'm so mad. I see his face, but my brain is having a fog right now.
I'm really gonna dip my whole scalp open and shake my brain. Wait a minute. James Earl Jones.
My head was like.
James Earl Jones played in the original Fences to play. James Earl Jones. This is August Wilson play. Denzel has the rights to 10 plays.
10.
He has the right. I'm so excited for that too. I just want to side note, y'all know I like to shine a light. Like August Wilson, we got to put some respect on his name. Piggyback off of what Inga was saying. Denzel do have the rights, and I know he want to make a lot of these into movies. So far, they did Fences, they did Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yeah, and then you have this one.
And they don't do others yet.
I'm looking forward to that. August Wilson, he won so many different awards. Like he is definitely critically acclaimed. He got Pulitzer prizes. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. My words are but he literally has been winning like best plays from 1985 up to 2005 when he passed away. Like every year he was killing them. He got
didn't he pass away like early in age? He wasn't that old, right?
Yeah.
That old.
30, 40 something.
He had cancer. I mean, I guess it don't matter.
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but he did die very early in age. But his stuff is amazing. The things I have seen, is amazing. So I'm gonna go back and rewatch that Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, because when it popped up on the Netflix, thing, I said, "Dang, I forgot this was Chadwick Boseman's last thing."
Last one, yeah.
I said, I'm gonna go back and watch. I haven't watched it only because the day I watched it, I had a breakdown crying about Chadwick Boseman. Yeah, I remember and I watched it, and I said, I can't watch this no more. This is too emotional. I think now that some time has gone by, I may be able to watch it without, and he had just died, in that same year. So that's why I was crying. Yeah,
Viola was giving you her range in that movie too.
Yes, absolutely. I just watched Fences recently too. I just ended up popping up. That's another one that they actually have free on YouTube. I'm surprised, but it just popped up. And I'll watch that one too.
I love Fences, even though I say I can't hardly watch it. Every now and then I still peek in and watch it, but it's so hard because
Fences was traumatic though.
It was very triggering.
I was crying so hard.
My father is like similar to that man. You know what I mean? The stuff he said in there, like who said I got to like you? Who said I got to all this little stuff he said to the song? I heard that as a child. I love my daddy. I know he ain't listening, but shout out to him. But however, he was like that too. He was,
Yeah,
oh my God. And I see him treat
definitely
my mother
innocent.
in that way too. So it was a little triggering, but I still love Fences. I think that's some of, God damn, that's
Yeah.
one of his best work. That's what God he did. Denzel
Yeah,
killed
him and
it.
Viola both was
Viola, oh,
tearing that thing down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
yes, they did. Oh my God, yes.
For
I'd like to
sure.
see some more. So I just wanted to, let people know about this one in case they didn't see this one. But so this is the one we're talking about. This is the 2024 version. They brought it back onto Broadway, and because it was such a hit on Broadway, that's they said to turn it into a film. And listen, and I like how they did this. It was like a play, even though it
Yes.
was a film. So the
Mm-hmm.
camera constantly is moving around. You see all the rooms. You see everyone's, it was done just like you see in a play, but it on film.
Yeah, I like how they
Like,
did this adaptation because it still gave you that play feel, but at
mhm.
the same time, some of the things that like versus the play that you may have just been told about, they showed you the visual of it. So, like for instance, when how they got the piano and all of that, that was
Right.
Yes.
you
Oh
had
yeah,
to kind of picture it
they
in
gave,
your mind, but they
they
gave
gave
you
us
the
a little
visual.
extra. They gave us
Yeah.
a little extra in the movie, which
Hmm.
I love that. I like that because it answered questions that we didn't have. Like, especially if you saw the 1995 film with Charles Dutton in them, that you didn't get all those answers on. I
Mm-hmm.
understood that version as well. But I mean, but this one, that little backstory stuff, that was wonderful. I loved all that. And this was great casting. Okay, I first before I even get started into the story, I definitely want to give a shout out. This is produced by Denzel's production company,
Mm-hmm.
and his daughter. Damn, what is her name? Kiata. I'm
The
sorry if I'm
daughter, I'll always forget. I remember
I forgot his
Malcolm.
daughter. Yeah, the daughter's one of the producers as well.
Mm-hmm.
His son Malcolm is the director. Then we got his son John David, who's playing in
The
his
lead.
boy
Mm-hmm.
Willie. And then they dedicated to the mama. So this is a whole family.
Yes, it definitely is
I'm
a
here
family
for this.
affair.
Let
And
me
Malcolm
say,
also
bring
co-wrote
mama.
it, like as far as the screenplay.
I,
Yes.
Yeah.
I I loved it. Yeah, I loved
Hmm.
how that this whole family is involved. So I'm here for it. I mean, and this is what people supposed to be doing. And it's
Yes.
nothing wrong with nepotism because the
Generational.
people who look like this been doing it at the beginning of time. We
Mm-hmm.
need to be doing more nepotism instead of saying pull your own stuff up by the bootstraps and I got mine, you got to get
Hmm.
yours. I mean, I know.
And
I'm
they're a
definitely
creative
not
family.
mad at them. They are, and a lot of them, I like the fact, and I know people be judging them, and I see so much craziness online because they swear they know these people's lives. But
Oh
I love
Lord.
the fact that they wanted to do it kind of on their own. They didn't want people to be like, "Oh, well, that's Denzel kid, so therefore this is
Yes.
why they are, here." They built up their own stuff, and then we said we all gonna come together and
Right.
do
Mm-hmm.
this thing and have our production company. I'm here for every
Mm-hmm.
single minute of it.
I'm
And
here
I
for
feel
all
like
of this.
that's what John David has been doing for years is like every time they ask him about his dad, he brings up his mom because I feel like first of all to pay respect to the mother because she also is an actress and has been in plays and stuff like
Absolutely.
that and
And
big
she
in the
took care of the
industry.
family while holding it down while
Right.
Right.
everyone else was
But
doing
also
Hmm.
he's been trying to like forge his own path and create his
right,
own,
Exactly.
so it's
right,
like, yeah,
right.
Denzel's my dad, but this is what I can do.
With what I can do.
Right.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with with your parents, even if they gave give them a little leg up a little bit. You know what I'm
Nothing
saying?
wrong with it.
Because there's nothing wrong with that. I think
It's
Absolutely.
not
I
gonna
mean,
work.
we
even
done
when
with
we hear Denzel
all
talk
good,
about
bad, or
her,
fine.
it's
So
nothing but praises, as it should be, and she is an
Mm-hmm.
actress in her own right and have her
Yep.
own credits. If y'all don't watch Reasonable Doubt, okay,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
check
shout out to
that.
even though she get on our nerves,
Yes.
Yes,
we be
Lord.
going in on the mom on there, but
I'm so mad because I was
I
gonna
want
say
to
because I
I want
love
to see
her.
what's gonna happen at the end of her story with her new boyfriend, but that's a whole nother conversation. But
Hmm.
I can't wait to see that.
And
But
she was in this too for like 2 seconds.
who she playing there for 2 seconds?
She was one of the like the
Ancestor.
grandmother or the mother in the movie.
Oh, for real? You playing that
Mama
I mean,
Ola or I can't remember which one she was, but she was in
what?
it. Yeah, when they were
That must have went right past me. Oh, okay.
two
Damn.
seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. I must ain't see that one. So, well, we just already went down little bit talking about the cast. So we got Samuel Jackson as Uncle Doka. John Day Washington is Boy Willie. Ray Fisher is Lyman. Lyman, that's another character. He was something else. Danielle, how you say her name? Dead Weiler.
Weiler, I believe.
Dead Weiler is Bernice.
Yes, can I just say about her? I love this lady so freaking much. I love seeing her growth and just her, doing her thing. I want her to have all the good things too. The first time I ever saw her was on Tyler Perry's Have and Have Not. And if y'all seen how she was acting up there in contrast to all the other things that we see her in now, like, I love it. I love it.
She was good in Teal. The mother of the Emmett Till story. She was good in that.
Yes, and if y'all never saw a parallel, she's in that with Aldous Hodge and his brother. That was an interesting one. She's I like her. I like her a lot.
Every time I see her anything, she's good.
Yes.
And then we got Michael Potts as Whining Boy. Now y'all might know Michael Potts from he played Michael Potts. He was Brother Mazzone on The Wire. Michael Potts.
Okay.
So he been in a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. He was in the Ma Rainey thing too. He was in Ma Rainey. He's like a Broadway star. He's been in Broadway plays, all kinds of stuff. He's been around for a long time. He ain't new to the game. Oh, wait a minute. I missed him. Corey Hawkins is Avery. And a lot of people know him as playing Dr. Dre on Stratford Compton. He also was on The Walking Dead. He was on 24. He was a lot of stuff. And then
24 was my show.
Yeah, my mother loves some daggone 24. And then we got the little girl Skylar Elise Smith who played Maritha, yeah. So and she was cute too, that little girl. So so the premise for anybody, it sounds like most people probably might have seen this, but the premise is set in 1936 in Pittsburgh during the aftermath of the Great Depression. The Piano Lesson follows the lives of the Charles family in the Doker Charles household and the heirloom, which is the family piano, which is decorated, designed, and carved by the enslaved ancestors. So it's a heavy story. It's a heavy story. Yeah, I agree with you. Sure. It's a heavy story, but this is a lot of this is our history. If we get to dig in our family tree and see what shakes out the tree, I mean, this is all of our stories in some shape, form, or fashion. So So we open up and y'all, some of my slides don't, the slides is not my ministry. I'm still working on it, but they look like a little blurry. But I did what I could. But anyway, we opened up, and this is where Tamika was talking about that we got to see other things that we didn't see, like in the stage play or the other 1995 movie. So that we see when we kept hearing them talking about they had a truck of watermelons. Now we know why they was, where they was coming from. They was coming from Mississippi. Boy Willie and Lyman. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing, y'all. I love me a good cold sweet watermelon. Okay, give me one of them watermelons. I like a good sweet watermelon, especially
it just gotta be cold, and I'm gonna eat it.
It gotta be cold. Yeah.
I like how they showed this part, baby. It's nothing like the watermelons down south. It's not happening in New York. I'm gonna tell you that now. And there used to be a guy that used to sell. He had a truck. I don't know. God bless him. I haven't seen him like the last 2 summers. But he was out there probably 30 years. Everybody used to go to him. But nice cold, good sweet watermelon.
And the ones in the south is better because I agree with that. I think it's the soil and
because they do stuff to our food up here.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Because you can't get no watermelons out the ground from here.
No, they have to come from further south up, So they drove that raggedy rickety truck all the way up here from Mississippi to Pittsburgh. That's a long ride. You can't do that in no one day. That's a long ride from Mississippi to Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh!
I mean, you can. You're gonna be good and tired.
I guess you could, but you're gonna. Maybe they took turns driving. So because that's a long ride. Yeah, they seemed like they rode all through the night because they showed up 5 o'clock in the morning. At Doka's house. He was out there cooking some ham or bacon or whatever he was cooking. And he up at 5 a.m. with his stocking cap on, and and he got his piece. He had somebody out there bang on the door. He went and got his piece. He said,
As he
who
should.
as you should. Who the hell is this banging on my door?
That reminded me of my grandmother, y'all. I will never forget, and I think I told y'all this up here before. One time, my mother called herself bringing us down there and surprising my grandmother knocking at her door. She sure did come to the door with that hammer. Who
Right.
knocking at my door?
At
4
5
hours of
a.m.
the night.
Yeah,
Yep,
unless you
exactly.
damn
Or
police,
the
what
morning.
the hell you knocking on my door for? And he was banging hard too, yelling and screaming. So he come in there yelling and screaming. And he said, "Look, Bernice and Maurice sleep. I don't care. Wake them up. Well, it's 5 8. Boy Willie is on 10 the whole time. Like he's just constantly on 10. I mean, so just right here at the beginning, y'all, either one of y'all can say what y'all just feel about Boy Willie, just as a little bit we know from him coming in the door screaming and hollering and all excited.
Child, he had my pressure up with all that screaming and yelling. I know that's supposed to be the character, but also John David is notorious for getting roles where he be screaming and yelling and fussing and cussing. So he was getting my pressure up, and it was kind of like, even though I had seen the movie before, trying to recollect, I'm like, what is he about to get into? Why you gotta wake his sister up, and what are you about to get into? Because I knew he was there because he was up to no good.
Yeah, he was doing, as you could see, she was sort of happy to see him, but also like, what the hell you doing here? Like she don't
Exactly.
yeah. And then Lyman, he's seems like a little slow, but I don't know. But I was
A little bit.
just a little off. At least the way he talked. I know he has a southern drawl and everything, but it looked like he's not, well, he did say he left home late on in the thing. He did say he left home like he was 15. So, yeah, he definitely got that gift again. He never shuts up. I agree with that, Lee. He's nonstop. And that's probably why he get on by beneath the nerve.
Yes, Lord.
You
Get
come
on
up here
mine
in
too.
our household, So,
You could
they
call me
sit there.
Bernice because that's how I was feeling too. Like, boy, please hush.
Yes. But so he goes and starts explaining how the old the plantation owner, I won't say, well, it wasn't slave, but plantation owner, Sutter, old man Sutter, got fell down the well, got pushed down the well, and so he said he was happy about it, and apparently everybody who owned that land all got pushed down the well. So there is a what was it called? The ghost of Yellow Dog or
Yellow
something?
dogs, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So now we don't know why yet. I mean, because we watched it, we know. But I'm just saying, at the time of this part, we didn't know why. I had an inkling, but I didn't. We didn't know who was pushing people, and Bernice thought that he had that boy Willie might have did it.
She did. That's what she thought.
And Uncle Doka, what y'all think about Sam Jackson playing him?
He was cool. I like whatever Samuel L. Jackson does. It's always sign me up. It's always sign me up. I hate that he didn't have a bigger role, but he's a little long in the tooth, I guess, to play Boy Willie at this point. So
Oh no,
I
yeah,
just enjoyed seeing him.
I think he's about 70 years old. He looks good though to be 70.
He does.
Yeah. So I mean, a black don't crack. If you take care of yourself, fairly decent health and shape and everything. A lot of times they don't know how old we are. So,
exactly. I was just happy to see him. That's all.
Oh yeah. And he loves doing plays anyway. He did this play back, and he said in his college days. He did it. So.
And did he do the one recently? Is that the one that Candy?
I think he did that one too. Yeah, he did that one too. That was a big accomplishment for her. I mean, for her especially to be able to hire him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine what she had, what they had to pay him to do this. So, yeah. So that's what Boy Willie was doing, just explaining, what been going on. Why is he there? Keeps saying. So the whole thing was he immediately come in and started talking about that piano. and how he can get the land. He said he already has some money saved up. He already got some money saved up, and then he gonna sell out those watermelons and take that money. Plus, he want the money from the piano, and that's why Lyman is with him, so that Lyman can help him sell the watermelons and get that piano. So, because he wants to buy Sutter's land. So, Tamika, what you think about any of that?
We already knew he was coming with something. It cracks me up though, because he sounds so much like his father. The mama genes are strong. All of them look like the mama. But then you close your eyes and you listen, you would think that's Denzel up there talking.
Right.
But I think we all got that family member that pop up and you already be knowing like what the hell you want and why you here, what you up to. And he was just giving all of that energy. It was like we knew it was something more than you just wanting to come and sell these damn watermelons. You ain't have to come all the way here to sell them. So
you ain't been up here. Now all of a sudden we seeing you. Hey down here from the Aries, how you doing? Where you been? How you doing? And happy Thanksgiving to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
So she, that's what we had. We still talking about that. She ain't selling that piano back and forth, but then she goes upstairs to get her day going, wake up her daughter and everything, and she seeing water on the floor and hearing noises, and she starts screaming because she said she saw the ghost of old man Sutter, and boy Willie was like, "Ain't nobody up here. You ain't seen nothing." And Uncle Duck was like, "Look, if she said she saw it, she saw it." But because
and boy Willie said he ain't traveled out the state while he was alive. Now he gonna come all the way up here when he's gone.
Right.
Like
exactly, yeah. But Uncle Duck was like, no, he believes it because he done seen it too, and plus he knows the history, being that he is the eldest. He's the uncle to their father, so he knows the whole lineage and history, and so he believed it, and that's where all this conversation. She stayed fussing with her brother. But I would fuss with my brother too if I had a brother like this. Like,
yes, Lord.
doing too much. He's doing too much. Even if you want to talk to me about the pianos, how he talked to her, he just came in there guns a blazing.
Yeah, you already making plans without telling me about the daggone plans.
Yeah.
And they steadily telling him, like, no, she's actually had other offers. That's not going to happen. She doesn't want to give, the daggone piano away. And the fact that he was like, I don't give a daggone what the heck she want to do. And at that point, we didn't know that Zoka had already saw it too, because she was trying to make it seem like because her brother came, like, what a coincidence. Now I'm seeing him at the same time that you came. So you probably bought him here, but Zoka's like, nah, I know for a fact that's probably the truth because I saw him as well.
Exactly. So this is the next day when we do meet. This when we meet Marita. I think you want to say Aretha. It's Marita, and then Lyman. Lyman was creepy to me. Like, hey, Bernice. It was, I don't know. It was creepy. Because almost like she seemed like she didn't like him at first, but I don't know.
It felt like he probably had a crush on her for a long time. He definitely was giving slow, and then I also didn't know, since they did mention something later down the line. I'm not too sure if it was this part or not, like the whole thing of him coming up here because he wanted to stay. Whereas,
that's why he was here as well too.
Boy Willie was trying to go back down, but they had said something about him also. He had got popped in the stomach or something. I forget where.
Yes.
So I didn't know if maybe he also was, after going through that, if something was off, or if he was already off previous to that. But definitely something was off.
Definitely something was off. So now we meet Avery. Avery's a minister, a preacher, I guess, and he's trying to get his own church. So Bernice is going to go down to what was the bank or something to try to help her.
And he also got the hots for Bernie.
And
He want to
he
make
been
her the first
asking her.
lady.
He been asking her for the longest, but she keeps telling him no because she's still grieving from her husband Crawley, who got taken out. So that's how she ended up in Pittsburgh in the first place. Her husband got pow taken out by those people down there, those plantation owners. I'm trying to be nice and nice.
I'm trying to choose my words.
Yeah, try to choose my words because well, I was gonna say slave master, but it wasn't slavery time. It was during Jim Crow, Great Depression time. So it was. So that's, but they still all the same. They still are. We worked for them and we had no rights. So it's pretty much still the same thing. But yeah, when her husband got taken out, she said, look, she packed up her daughter and they came on up to Pittsburgh. Well, he's sitting there, John David, Boy Willie, sitting there messing with him about some watermelon. He talking about, I'll sell you two of them for $1. He said, I don't need but one of them. He said, I can't eat but one watermelon. Look, two watermelons for $1 nowadays, I take it. Okay.
Heck yeah. Shoot.
I'll take two of them.
I'll take one for $1.
Yeah, one for $1. Yeah, shoot. Yeah. Nowadays, I remember back then $1 was a lot of money. Just $1 was a lot of money. So that probably was expensive. So now I don't need but one. So he said, no, I'll give you the watermelon. So they getting ready to go out, and that's when she finds out
why he's
when
there.
He starts talking, why he's there, because he really then goes. He said, "Look, because he mentioned he kept on talking about the piano, but he didn't say that he was trying to sell it at first. But now, as she's going out the door, and you're gonna tell her as she's going out the door,
Well, that was when he had asked Avery, because I guess Avery had bought somebody by there, try to buy it, ask the guy's name Avery, or something like that.
Who was right here. Who was the guy's name? He said, I don't remember the guy's name. He said, I gave her a card, but she threw it away. He said, it was so long ago. He said, he wasn't thinking no more about it. But I noticed the lineman always kept keeping his eyeballs on, both of them together, Avery and lineman kept looking, because I think they both know. Well, that they all like Bernice, so you know how that goes with that.
Was a hot commodity.
Yeah, she was hot commodity. It's beautiful woman.
Yes, she is.
And we meet Whining Boy. Whining Boy is Doka's brother, and he found out that his ex-wife, what was her name?
Is that the song that they sang?
He had a wife, but she passed away, or ex-wife or something. She passed away. Khalita, no, what was it? I forgot.
Yeah, I think it was Khalita.
Something like that. Yeah, but she passed away. He was funny though. Wonder Boy was funny, and but so he ended up. He was supposed to have been going to Kansas City or some other place, but he ended up coming to Pittsburgh first to see his family. So he needed to see his brother. And he didn't know that Boy Willie was there, but he was going to see Bernice and his brother. And boy, he liked to drink liquor, because that's all they said. They kept drinking liquor and then singing the songs. And I mean, he stayed lit. I mean, just drink. Police, yeah, here's somebody said, hey, Gerald.
Cleotha,
yeah. You don't hear people name them old school names like that. People ain't naming it.
That's on my grandmas and my aunties. Great grandma.
You'll hear the Deborahs and the Brendas and the Gwendolyn's and the Cleotha and Margaret, and people ain't naming their children these old names anymore. And when you hear it, it's almost kind of funny now. Oh, thank you, my little hat. Thanks, Nita. Yeah. So, and then this is when you mentioned Tamika about Lyman. Then when he told the story of how he got pow. When they trying to steal it, I think it was Crawley, which is Bernice's husband, and when they all trying to steal or something.
They was trying to
Yeah,
keep
they
the
said
little,
they
yeah,
wasn't stealing.
right.
We was taking a little extra on the side, but
Mhm.
either way, he was taking something you ain't had no business taking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so Crawley got taken out, right?
Yes.
And and Lama got shot. And so, but I guess when he went to court, somebody paid his, I guess somebody paid his bail, got him out, and he was supposed to he had to work it off and go work for somebody
Right.
at a plantation. And he said
Right.
he wasn't about to do that. So that's all, he on the land right now. That's all, he can't go back to Mississippi. He out there on the land on the run. So he said he gonna stay up and Boy Willie was like, you can stay up here. Ain't nobody tell you got to go back with me.
Right.
So, but he just kept going on and on. He just on and on about this piano, and this is when Whining Boy and Uncle Doka started telling the story. I didn't get all those slides about the backstory, but this is when we start hearing the story now about the ancestors and the reason why she's not getting up that piano.
Yep.
Right? So it's a deep story.
It is.
It's a deep story. This piano was carved and made with the blood and sweat and tears of their ancestors. And when they were slaves, and so it's like it's been in their history for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and so she's just like, no, we're not doing that,
And what it took for them to get it too.
This was very deep. Like I could kind of understand both sides, even though I don't like the way Boy Willie is going about it. I understand him saying for us to have something generational, and for him with his dad teaching him about the land and him wanting to own the land and be able to grow stuff on land and leave that to the next generation, versus her saying, nah, not only did our daddy literally die over this, but our mama, you keep talking about daddy, but mama literally, her blood and sweat cleaned this piano. Like, and went into this. You ain't talking about all the sacrifice she made and her wanting to hold on to it for that. I think anybody can relate to that, because I'm usually the one that holds stuff in my house. Everything is at my house from all through the years. So my brother and sister and them, they try to come and take stuff from my house too. So I can relate to
she's like,
Burmese. And they be like, why were you the one that was chosen to have it? Because I'll take care of it. And it's been here. That's why.
I saw both sides too, but I think I lean more towards her with the, it was their ancestry and everything that they did to get it. Plus, my thing was, even though he had the gift of gab, I felt like during this time period, even if she allowed him to sell the piano and get the money, I'm like, what's to say that you are going to be able to actually buy this land? Like, that's what I kept saying.
Exactly.
I was like, what if
remember,
you can't get it?
We had to remember this was during the Great Depression, Jim Crow time. What? I'm not saying black people didn't own land back then, because we know that's the truth. They did, but
they might not have sold it to him.
Say that they was going to sell that land to him, and then you sold it and gave away your family heirloom, and you got the money. But now what? You know what I'm saying? So
then you end up with nothing.
Even though I understand Boy Willie. He wanted to be able to have something like his dad. He wanted to have the land for his dad. It was like an honor of his father, And the other,
like if it was a different time frame, like now, and it was guaranteed that he was going to be able to get the land, then I would say yes. But I was going, to sell this piano and not get nothing. So
right, might not get nothing, and they might still take your money too. You know what I'm saying? You still want these. Those people was vicious. You know what I'm saying? In that time. So, hey, you say you never heard of this? Oh, okay. This version.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie's advice. This version is on Netflix. This is the 2024 version of the piano lesson, and there's also a 1995 version that's on YouTube. I say go watch both of them.
Yes.
And then, it's very good. It's based on a play by August Wilson. So it's wonderful. It really is. A lot of history in this story. So that's what we hear with that. So this is when you were talking about Doka saying he actually saw. He was telling his brother Wine Boy that he saw that. He said, "Look, I don't blame Bernice because I saw him too. I saw Sutter too." He said, "I just ain't say nothing about it, but I actually saw him too." And then
I wish he would have told Bernice that because
Right.
Bernice,
Yes.
because Bernice was trying to get.
He said, "Old man Sutter could take the. How he gonna get the piano by it?" It was just fun. It was a little fun,
Yeah,
couple
it was
little scenes in here. But I wish he had told Bernice. I agree with you on that. I wish he had told
Yeah,
Bernice.
so not making it seem like she's crazy. Also, she was trying to get rid of Boy Willie, which he needed to go anyway. But it was like you came with some nonsense and you want to sell this piano, and now this ghost is
He was
suddenly
trying to
here. She
stay
was
out of
like,
that fight. He said they always fighting all the time. I think he's
yeah.
just trying to stay out of it. But that's the funny part right here when Wine Boy was conning Lyman. Look, I got a suit that you can get for $3. Okay, and then I'm gonna sell you some shoes for $2. He said, "What?" He said,
Sleeves
"What
all
size
up
you wear?"
here.
I wear a size 9. That's just the size I have.
That
Knowing
man
them
did not
shoes
wear
was
no
not no.
size 9.
Did you see how he's trying to get his
He
feet?
was trying to fit his damn feet in them shoes. Yeah, I was cracking up at this
It was
part.
a
Because as soon
size
as they
12.
sold, they made some money off their watermelons. He said, "Oh, I'm about to get him. He got him." He knew right
Sleeves
away.
was all
His
short.
foot had to been a size 12 or 13
Right. I
foot.
was like,
And his
9.
shoe was like an 8 or 9. He was trying to squeeze his big feet in them with them sweat socks on into them harsh. I know he had to have his feet probably look like the penguin feet squeezed
Yep.
up in that thing. Okay, his feet was hurting. And look, he said, I can get a shirt and a suit for $3. I was like, no, imagine a man trying to go get a suit now for $3. You ain't getting no suit, okay? Unless you go to the Goodwill
You told
somewhere.
him you gonna be the best looking thing. Go ahead and go out and night
He
on
said,
town. You gonna find you a woman today.
He said, you gonna get a woman with it. And look, and Donka and Boy Willie knew it was a con. But they just sat back and let it go
You
on.
look good. I was like,
You look
no, don't
good.
do that.
Try on the pants too. Go online and try on the pants. It was just so funny. I cracked up laughing. And now we at the Crawford Grill. And now we see Erica Badu. This is Nita's girl. Nita love her some Erica Badu, which I do too. But I know how much Nita love Erica Badu. And she's singing in the little juke joint, little jazz joint. And Lamed was so intrigued. He was because he's a country boy, so this is like big city to him. He didn't, so he was so intrigued with this. Wait a minute, I had to break my slides up. So while they at the juke joint, starting that off, Marita is taking a bath. Okay, so y'all, we are so blessed. We just had Thanksgiving, and I said my blessings or what I'm blessed for. I am so blessed that we have running water, that we ain't got to go take our baths like that, or pouring the hot water in and all that. Because I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that our people had to go through so that we can have the luxuries we have now. It's just something else, because I don't even know if I got the strength to go through the stuff they went through. That's why I don't be talking slick when people be saying, if I was enslaved, I would have did it. You don't know what the hell you would.
What I would have done. I don't know what I would have done, child.
We don't know until because we wasn't in it. So, but she was taking that hot bath. I won't say bubble bath, but it wasn't no bubbles. But she was taking that hot bath, soaking her bones in that hot water, which ain't nothing like soaking your body in hot water. And she started thinking about her husband, and next thing you know, she get a bam, 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 bam on her door, and it was Avery, and he's still thinking about getting married, wanting her to get married and settle down. And what y'all think about Avery? What y'all? I ain't asked y'all earlier. What was y'all opinion on Avery?
He was all right. He seemed like he trying to, get his church and get his woman at the same time. But he pissed me off a little bit with this part. I said, okay, baby, calm your ass down.
That's why I'm asking.
What happens when you talk too much?
Avery, because he started running his mouth too much, saying what did he say? Something about her being a woman or something like that?
Yeah, like if she gotta have a man, or you know, if you don't hurry up, I ain't gonna be waiting on you, and you ain't gonna be young forever, type of thing. And it's like, okay, bye.
You know something? And if you don't want to wait on me forever, that's okay. Bye.
Exactly. Then we just ain't meant to damn be.
It ain't meant to be. Yeah, right. I'll come visit you at your church, but it's okay. You know, she is still grieving. Her husband only been gone a short time, right? I'm thinking, but 3 years. I think they said, right? I don't think that's. Yeah, I think they said it was 3 years. I still don't think that's long enough. Sometimes people grieve for a very long time.
Exactly. You know, we was just
3
having that
years,
conversation. Like,
right? We were just having that the other day about it. Yeah,
but that's how these men be. They be like, it's time to move on. I done had a few that said that to me before, so I understand it. It's like, you can't tell me when, you know, I can move on.
I don't care if it's been however long it's been. You know what I'm saying? So you might still be grieving for 10 years. I mean, that's you have to, you know what I'm saying? And he was just doing too. I mean, I think he was a good dude, but he was just pressing her a little bit. He was just pushing. I won't say pressure, just pushing her a little bit too hard. You know what I mean?
And honestly, I don't think she even looked at him in that way. She probably felt like, you okay, but it wasn't
nice
given.
Man.
Right.
Right. He's a nice man, but I'm not attracted to you. Or I'm not in love with you, or I don't have.
That's what it was. They should have picked another actor. I said, "Oh, he's cute," and she ain't feeling him.
yeah. I mean, no, he's a good dude. I mean, you know, so I like that him as an actor too. So, but then we go back to I don't remember what her name is in the movie, but I just said Miss Erykah Badu, and she does what she does, singing, look beautiful, sound beautiful. That was really just her role, was just doing that. She didn't have an acting role, but it was just still good to see her. And then we see, I thought she was going to have more of a role with
Gail Bean.
Gail Bean. Yeah, when I saw her a while ago on the cast list, I thought she was going to actually have a particular role. So hers was just a cameo, but whatever. Hey,
no, I'll take the check.
I will say,
right. she was trying to get some of his money too. Everybody was trying to get.
Yeah, she was
trying to get a piece of lineman money. She was like, "Go ahead and fill this cup back up."
Right, right. Yeah, she said, "Go on and fill my cup up." And then when he was starting to walk home, you could see his corns was hurting too. The way he was walking, he was barely walking in them shoes. I don't know how he
might as well have took them shoes off and walked barefoot.
Wear them like some slides. Fold the back down and let your heel breathe, because ain't no way your foot is sitting down in that shoe. Just step on the back. Step on the back.
He should have had him with some slides. That's funny. Yeah, you're right about that. Oh yeah, I probably would have did more what Tamika did. Just took them off and walked with my sweat socks on. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look that far of a walk, so I don't know. I don't know how far he had to walk, but his feet was hurting. And so when he comes in, he's sitting there, and I said, okay, and what's going on here?
And that's what I said, because it started getting some chemistry going on in there.
I was concerned.
I know. I said, okay, Lyman, I see you. I said, okay, Lyman. I could say, oh, we're gonna get a scene with them in the bed. I said, that's nothing to play.
At first, I was concerned, because I was like, is she feeling him or no? Because this could go two different ways. I was waiting to see if she was, picking up what he was putting down.
She missing her husband. Remember, she was just in the tub. Yeah. This is all still the same scenes when Avery had left her. She was taking a bath. I think she's just feeling vulnerable. So I don't know if she's feeling him or not, but I'm leaning more to that I'm missing my husband, and now you got a man come up here talking sweet, talking soft.
It felt like they was having a little bit of a moment, and she just pulled back because she called herself like,
right. When he put that perfume on her,
Avery,
a little bit right here, a little bit perfume right there. And when he bent down,
she definitely was feeling him more than she was feeling Avery.
He never get this close. Matter of fact, let me go back and look at Avery again. She was standing far back from Avery. She wasn't enough even standing that close to Avery.
What you want now, Avery?
But Avery is more subtle. He works a job at a building downtown. He's an elevator operator. He said, I get a turkey at Thanksgiving. I got a 10-cent raise. that was a lot of money for a black person at that time. He got a job where you're dressed nice and all that. It wasn't like a field worker,
right?
Or domestic and something like that. So that was probably what people say. I got a good job. That probably was a good job. For that time. And Lyman is the opposite. But however, she seemed like, but Lyman might remind her of her husband Crawley, because Crawley,
I can see probably that too.
He was in Mississippi working on the fields and all that. I think that it could be. So yeah, I agree with y'all. She might be feeling him a little bit more than she was feeling Avery for sure. And I said, "Oh, I thought that did y'all think that maybe Doka, Uncle Doka, or Wine and Boy, one of them, when Boy Willie gonna come in and catch them?" I thought somebody was gonna walk in.
It's possible. Mm-hmm. She caught herself before that happened.
She caught her own self. Yeah, she did. So then we got the next day, and wait a minute, I'm gonna go back. He laid on the sofa, remember, with that suit. Because remember, Wine Boy said, This suit gonna get you a woman. And he said, this suit didn't do nothing. I just wasted my money.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out the suit was a magical suit. He did.
It's a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. For him, it was a magical suit. So he laid down on that sofa, probably half his feet hanging off the end of the sofa. But he laid there, he was happy. Okay. He wrapped up that like wrapped around him. And he slept happy. So the next morning, we got Maretha. He wanted to say Aretha. Maretha was talking with her uncle and Boy Willie. He's putting together a what you call like a flatbed type thing or something on wheels, trying to put in. He's
that
still
piano on there. Mm-hmm.
Still trying to get that daggone piano out of there, even though she keeps saying, "I ain't fooling with you about this piano. Don't leave me alone. Get out my face. When you getting up out of here? How long is it gonna take you to get back?" She constantly said this from the moment he showed up. Mm-hmm. How long you gonna be here, and when you get gone? When you going
gave
back?
him an NO exclamation point about that piano. He is not trying to hear it.
Right. And she was telling her uncle while she was in the kitchen saying, tell Doka, look, can you tell him leave me alone or get out of here or whatever she said. And he was like, look, Boy Willie ain't did nothing. He just talking, leave him alone, But they kept going back and forth. It was, it's like brother and sister banter, But it was getting heated though right along here. Now, I wanted to talk about this. I don't know about y'all, but me and my sisters had to deal with this hat comb situation.
Mm-hmm.
Tamika, did you have to have your mom ever do the hat comb on the stove?
Yes, ma'am. She sure did. And one time my cousin burned me. First of all, my mother had my hair braided up. She took the braids out and decided to do the hot comb on me and burn me. The way my mother whipped that daggone girl, she was like, when my child is done, you leave it the heck the way I had.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, she definitely had the hot comb days.
Yeah, I was worried for this little baby with this hot comb and her fussing over her head. I was like, please focus on, not fussing with her. Let her focus on what she's doing.
She told her mother that, we don't have no more hair grease. So she sent her across the street to go get some hair grease. And which I used to have to do that too. Go to the store and get a can of hair grease. That's can of hair grease, or stuff in a jar or whatever. And then, but this was me and my sisters. When I look at this little girl, that was us. I can show you pictures. That was us, me and my sisters, sitting there and parting our hair, putting the grease in our hair, sitting in the kitchen, and it would be on like a Saturday night so that we could look nice for church on Sunday. So definitely I've been through this. I think most Black women at some point in their life been through this. If it wasn't a hot comb, then it was a relaxer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought this part was interesting too, with her telling her like, "Oh well, if you had been a boy, then we wouldn't have to even be going through this." And he got offended with that part.
Don't tell her that.
And then she said, "When you get a damn child, you do what you want with your child." He said, "You think I would bring a child into this world?" So it was just interesting how their perspectives was, where you could see points from both of their sides, no matter what they was talking about, even though he was doing the most. And I did like that.
I agree with him over her on this point.
Yeah. Like, don't tell that baby that.
Your daughter and stuff like that. You know?
And I did like the part too that he had told Maritha, like, you know, did your mom ever tell you the story about this piano? If she don't tell you, then I'm gonna tell you. And he even was teaching her, you know, a little bit how to play and how you dance. So that's okay. Nice little uncle niece moment.
Oh yeah, he did. He
right before I sell it out of here.
Yeah, he did.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, he did.
Let me give you the history and a lesson, and then I'm gonna sell it.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, let me give you the history, and then I'm gonna sell it. So then now you don't even have your history no more. Well, Avy was coming back. Remember, this is something we didn't mention. That Avy, when he was there, she asked him to bless the house to get the spirit of old man Sutter out of the house, the ghost. You know, and he said
it was funny too when Zoka said, "Man, bless that piano." That's where the problem is at, because they wanted him to bless the whole house.
He said, "Ever since that piano brought us nothing but trouble." Yeah, he said that. He said he brought nothing but trouble. So he said, "Look, that's not my ministry. Is the this thing, but I'm gonna read my Bible.
Yeah,
and I'll come back." And he did come back, and he had his
whole. He kept it real with that part, though. He didn't try to pretend that he knew something about it that he didn't. He was like, "I don't really know about all this, but I'll try."
Right. And they talked about this too, and it's the same thing in the 1995 version. That minister in there also said he was scared to death. He said, he don't do no exorcism and all that old, kind of stuff, because you do stir up spirits. You know what I'm saying, when you into that kind of thing. So. But he came back, and I just laughed at when Avery and Lyman looked at each other. They both, Avery know that Lyman probably likes him, because they knew Lyman from.
They kept giving each other the eyes.
Avery from down in Mississippi days, so they knew who he was. So
game recognized game. They was like
game recognized game. Yeah. The whining boy stayed lit. Okay, he came back in the house drunk again, and this time he was even more drunk. And then he asked for some more liquor, and Joker said, "Look, you don't need no more to drink." He said, "You need to go upstairs and go lay down."
Right. But it was a good thing he came in when he did, because it seemed as if Bernice was about to go up and get that daggone hammer, and it was about to turn into something else. Yeah,
she was going to use it. Look like she was going to take her brother up out of here.
Yeah,
but, she put it in her apron pocket, and but Wanda Boy started playing the piano, and he was just, and all of this here is just scene after scene after scene was just yelling and screaming, and arguing, and little Maritha, she had to hear, but they told her to go up in the I guess that's her little room over there in the corner. And she, it was just on and on. I mean, and he said, "You ain't got no more right to this piano than I do."
Right.
He said, you don't own this piano. It was I guess passed down to them in the family, because the father had took it out of we didn't mention that, or I didn't mention it. At the beginning, the backstory, the father took the piano out of the house when the plantation owners was not there, right?
Right.
And then how did the house get burned down? Did he set the house on fire?
It was him, Doker, and the other one, Wine Boy, right?
Okay, because he said Doker
because they even said he was with your father when it happened,
right?
And he was like, "Yeah, y'all was with my father, but my father's gone and y'all still here."
Right.
So he wasn't trying to hear what they was, trying to tell him, and Doka just said, "Okay, I'm leaving it alone." I thought it was funny too, like Inga mentioned, Doka was saying, "Do the piano," because she's telling him to do the house, but then at the same time, boy Willie kept going. Whatever the slave master name was, I can't remember. He was like, "Call him out." So he had everybody yelling something different to him.
Right.
Yeah, he was getting confused. But he told her to light a candle, and he lit the candle. Don't let it go out.
Right.
He had the water it was just regular water, but I guess he using it as holy water.
Holy water.
And he had well, that's all what really holy water is.
It gotta bless the water.
Just bless it.
Yeah. I remember when, and this is just a side note, something else, but my aunt or great aunt, she's passed on now, but when she went to Jerusalem, and they took her on the tour where the places that Jesus walked and all of that, and she came back with little bottles of holy water. It was water from the river and all that kind of stuff. And then when my grandfather was alive at the time, and he was at a nursing home, he wanted my aunt to splash some of that holy water from Jerusalem on his eyes because he was he was blind. And he went blind through the complications of diabetes and other stuff. And he thought that holy water was going to make him see again. And I didn't want to tell my grandfather it wasn't going to work, but because what you going to, I wasn't going to do that. I'm like Marita. You just be quiet.
Zip your lips.
Kids back then wasn't mouthy like they are now. You got an opinion. Right. You ain't supposed to say nothing, So I just sat back and watched my aunt bless him just like that. And she and she blessed him and read from the Bible, read all these scriptures, splashed some holy water on my grandfather, and that didn't help. It didn't do nothing. But it made my grandfather feel good. So it made him feel good. So a lot of people believe in these types of things. Because I've seen it I witnessed the holy water thing. But not the spirits coming out like this. I ain't seen that. No. But people believe that if you sprinkle holy water on somebody, that or like when they dip, like when they baptize you, it's just regular water that's blessed. But that's what he was doing, and he was splashing water all around the curtains, on the piano, all over the house. But then boy Willie got to be doing too much, like we said. He goes and get a pot out the kitchen sink, fills it with water, and just start throwing the water around. He just started throwing the water all over the place, splashing on Doka, splashing it everywhere. And this is when Avy was splashing the water, and it was just a lot.
He took his butt up them stairs and found out though.
And Marita scared. See, that's what I'm talking about. He got that pot of water, started splashing. And John David killed it on here, right? He just killed it. Even Avy looked like, what is going on? He looked scared himself. But you see, it through those spirits was really in that house, because you see it, some kind of energy threw his ass back down them steps,
Up there playing around.
I don't play with spirits like that. I don't play them games. I don't know if it's real or not real. I don't want to find out. So I'm not playing that. Hey, Barbara, he got on your nerves. Yeah, he did. He did get on everybody's nerves.
That was what he was supposed to do. That was his job in the movie.
That's his job, but yeah, he did. That was his job. That's the character, but he did get on our nerves, much so. And when Charles Dutton did it in 1995, he was the same way. It was the same way, just anime, like hyper, like somebody that's on ADHD or something, just like. It's all over the place, It's like, dang, you need some Ritalin or something to calm your nerves down. But he slammed him back on down them steps. I was like, whoa! But you know what I laughed at? It's not funny, but I just chuckled a little bit. That Uncle Doka never got up off that damn sofa. He never moved to go. He didn't go upstairs to see what's going on. Let me help my nephew. I kept.
He said he wasn't playing with them spirits either.
He just was sitting there looking like, I'm waiting, and I want to know what the heck gonna happen, because them lights started flickering and we started to hear the damn noises, and
Doka or Whining Boy did not move. I don't know what's up there. Avery's still doing his blessing and splashing the holy water around. And she gets on that piano, and she starts, the spirit of the ancestors was coming out of her, and that whatever that energy of that spirit was tussling and fighting with John David, with Boy Willie. I keep wanting to say John David. With Boy Willie upstairs. First I was like, is this a real person? Is this really a real person? But they just did. The way they did this, it's like whatever that energy of that spirit was, it was almost like some exorcist stuff. You know, he was fighting and tussling and everything. But them ancestors was coming out in her. She was banging on that piano, and this when we see the ancestors surrounding her, like protecting her, and they were up there protecting Boy Willie. These were the ancestors up there protecting her, and also all the
I love
carving.
that part. That gave me chills. That gave me chills when she was just banging on that piano, telling them to come help her because she was not even wanting to really touch the piano. And that was another part that he brought up because he was like, I could see if you was using it and you was giving lessons out on it or something, it just sits here. So he felt like if it's just sitting here, then you don't really need to keep it here. But now
part of the caption. Part of the caption is in his slide. She says, "I want you to help me, Mama Ola. I want you to help me." She was naming everybody.
Yeah, started naming all of them.
I want you to help me this one. I want you to help me that one. She was banging on that thing, and it did give you chills. I mean, imagine our own families. With what I'm saying, we get to start going and researching our roots and our history. Like, I do believe in spirits, good and bad. And I do believe, and I'm not a religious person, just more spiritual, that I do believe that the people who have passed, their energy is here. I have my grandfather, who I just spoke about, his picture's up on my wall up here. And his urn is over here. I believe that others that passed away that I loved, that was close to me, I believe they watching me. I do that. I believe that. I believe they hanging, they hovering over me during those rough times in our life.
Oh, so absolutely. I mean, I believe that too. People probably would think I'm crazy, but I definitely feel my grandmother and my aunts and them and my sister all around me and my other half being my guardian angel. Yes.
And if you ever have a butterfly flying next to you, as you going, I believe that's spirit. I know. I've been telling my son this since he was little, and he used to say, "Oh, what are you talking about? It's just a butterfly." No, I believe that there's energy in that butterfly when they hanging around you, and it's not like they're just flying and going on. Like they following you everywhere you're going and watching over you. The same butterfly, they'll disappear and then come right back. I said, that I just think that's some spirits, some good spirits, And I do believe there's evil spirits too, and I think that's where the subtle person is, And I think that that was the ancestors who pushed him and his other family members down that well.
Yep.
I think that's what the whole story was. It was the reason why the ghost of the yellow dog is. I think it was the ancestors who was enslaved by this family, that other family, one by one. They was throwing their asses down that well. You know what I'm saying? And
that was supposed to be the people that they burnt up in that train car, right? It was supposed to be the ghost of the yellow dog.
Right. Exactly. And so Marita was scared. Lyman, I did like that he go to, hug her and protect her, and everybody was scared. That's why
scary. You can lights flickering.
Going on. It was like because whatever's up there, if it's a exorcist, something going on, evil spirit, I ain't going up there. But they know that everything turned out okay. Boy Willie come down the steps, and this is when now seems like their relationship really kind of got. I think that this whole thing really tore their relationship up, but this brought it now back together. I think they needed this crying
and kicked his behind.
Absolutely. It gave him a new perspective.
Yeah. Now, see, she never used that piano, and he asked her when he came down the steps. He said, "Look, I need you to promise me that you and Marita will play that piano.
Yes.
Let it go to waste."
I got why she didn't use it. I don't know why she didn't allow the daughter to play it. I got why she didn't use it because when the mother passed, the mother had her playing it every day and stuff like that. So I guess, it weighed on her and she just didn't want to be bothered. But if you have it there, why not let the daughter have some lessons?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think it was just, she probably just holding on to so much hurt, so much pain, so much grief, your
You just kept it
ancestors.
there on display. It wasn't like you had it down in the basement, so under a blanket, like it
Covered
was
up with something. No, you
there.
kept it. It stayed
Yeah.
polished and sitting up there.
So when that happened, that gave both of them a different perspective because she, probably realized like, listen, this is a piece of us, and our heritage, and then she was able to embrace it, and she was able to come and play with her daughter, and her daughter done picked up what uncle taught her. I thought that was cute.
Right, right, right. And I mean, when they hugged and cried, man, that made me feel good. Then we
Yeah.
seen him back to Mississippi, and got his truck. We assumed that Lyman didn't go back. We know he couldn't because he was on the run, but he ended up riding past the sign that said for sale, the Sutherland, and he kept on going. He just kept going, and I wouldn't even want that land. That land probably is haunted. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think no good crops were even growing that land. It's probably haunted.
Well, you never know. The same way the ancestors protected with the piano, you could protect your ancestors could protect you there if that's what you want to do.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. But he just didn't bother with it. He kept going, and we don't know what happened at the end of, as far as his life, what happened to Boy Willie, but he just moved on. He rode on down the street, rode into the sunset, and that was the end of the story. And they did dedicate this to their mama, and I just thought it was a good story. Yeah, I always thought the piano lesson was a good story anyway. So this was a great cast. I thought that Malcolm Washington did a wonderful job directing and and putting this together. Everybody involved did a wonderful job. Everybody involved. Now, do y'all think that this is going to be getting any kind of nominations for something? What is it?
So.
I'm sure it will, because when it came to the I was about to say I'm pretty sure it will, because when, like I said, it came to the original works of August Wilson, he won Best Play for so many things. He won Tony Awards. He won freaking Critic Awards. Pulitzer Prize. He won Filmmaker Awards. He was in a Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame. I believe he got a Peabody. He just got a lot Academy Award for Fences. So I think this is gonna rack up in the award ceremonies. If it doesn't, I would be very shocked.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if it's Oscar or something, but I know at least the Golden Globes or whatever them other ones, they Emmys or something. But hopefully it get maybe even get nominated for an Oscar. Who knows?
I enjoyed it, and it's also classified as a musical, and I'm not a big musical person, but this one didn't bother me. I actually enjoyed the scene where they were singing. They just had one song.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of singing.
Erykah Badu had her little singing part, and then they singing. They was sitting around drinking the liquor, and they was. But that was not. I don't consider this a musical, but that's how it's categorized on Netflix. I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, I look at it as more of a drama.
Yeah.
It's drama,
usually plays do have their singing parts in them, but like I said,
this wasn't like
this wasn't really
like Wicked or something like that, but all they do is sing all through the thing.
Yeah.
So this
they consider it a musical drama, and I don't know if that's because they had to classify it that way, like you said, because of the play. Maybe there was more singing in the play, and then when they made it to a movie, they took out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm curious to know what other ones are they gonna turn into adaptations, because like we said, we know that Denzel has the rights and that he want to do them, and he have a lot to choose from, because August started, I think, in 1973 was his first one, and like I said, he did it up to 2005. When he died was the last one that he put out, which I think was Radio Golf was in 2005. But it's a lot to choose from, so I'm curious to see what other ones they're gonna do. Jitney was another one that was a real big one for him. He won stuff for that. Joe Turner's Come and Gone. He won a lot of stuff for those. And 2 Trains Running, I think that's another one he won a lot of awards for. So it was like that, The Piano Lesson, of course, Ma Rainey's Bottom Fences. Those was like his biggest ones, but he probably had like 10, 15 other ones besides those. So definitely curious.
Yeah, they classified it as I forgot what age it was, the 10 that he was gonna use. I forgot what it was called. I should have wrote it down.
Right. Yeah.
And
Well,
I think that
I'm here
answer.
for all of them. Hey,
Yeah.
Shayna, I'm here for all of them. You know, I'm here for it. So, which I'll be
And
ready.
I like people being able to, see this work that's not familiar with it and learn more about,
That's a good idea to put it on Netflix. That way it'll live for a long time. People
Right.
can watch it whenever. Unlike when you go in the theater, it's only there for a short time. And I mean,
Yeah,
they can
'cause
put
I
it in
think he
theater
had to
too, but
deal with either HBO or Stars on one of them, and then he got Netflix. So you got Ma Rainey over there, and you got the piano lesson.
And a lot of them are going in theaters and on streaming at the same
yeah,
time.
this one did. This one was in the. This one went to the movies for a limited screening.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm fine with that, but I think being on Netflix and Ma Rainey is on Netflix. This is on Netflix. I just think it lives forever, and people can watch it at their own leisure whenever they feel like it. So even if it'd be 5 years from now, somebody, just getting around to seeing it, it's there. When it's in the movie theater, it come and go sometimes. So, okay.
The Century Cycle plays.
Also called the Pittsburgh Cycle. Okay, girl, giving us some information.
Yeah, because all of these, he was from Pittsburgh, and all of the plays were originally done in Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh was a little disappointed that when it came to them doing the, making of this, they did it in Atlanta, probably at Tyler Perry Studios. They was a little disappointed that they didn't use Pittsburgh for it, but it still got done, and we still shining a light on August Wilson's name.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean but everything mostly, even though they had those couple of outdoor scenes, but mostly it's everything in that home.
The house.
The kitchen, the dining room, and the living room. It pretty much is just them 3 rooms. So I can
maybe they just wanted their name at the end. You know how they have like Georgia or Atlanta at the end of the credits. Maybe they just wanted, a homage to their city, I guess.
I mean, come on. Get it.
Y'all need I don't think it was really a complaint, but they did say they was disappointed, but they still was happy that the work was being done.
Yeah, that's the main thing. But anyway, y'all, that's that on that. I highly enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. I've been telling people to watch it. So I enjoyed it, and I'm here for the next ones whenever they come out. And shortly, everybody can go back. I mean, come and follow me for the next live for Cross episodes 5 and 6, and we're gonna get through them. Miss Kara, you coming with us for that? Are you? You got something else going. Oh, okay. Anyway, but that's the next one at 7 is 7:30. So very shortly. So Gerald and Shane and all well, I know Shane ain't seen Cross, but she can come anyway and just join, listen to the conversation. Miss Barbara, y'all come on and meet us at 7:30 Eastern time. We'll talk about Cross episodes 5 and 6. And anything y'all want to add before we get out of here?
Just watch it and support.
Yeah.
The whole Washington family.
Yes. The whole Washington family. Yes. We have to protect them people at all costs. Okay. So I love them, and I'm ready for the next thing that they do as a family, individually or as a family. Oh, wait a minute, real quick. Did any of y'all go see Gladiator? I didn't see that yet, but Denzel.
I haven't saw it yet.
Any good or bad reviews about it? Anybody heard?
Everybody was praising it. They were saying Denzel gonna get a lot of awards. I want to see it. I just haven't had the chance. There's so much stuff going on.
I ain't been out this house really. So
I enjoyed the first one. So definitely add Denzel on there, and they got me.
Exactly. Yeah, and I did do a rewatch of the first one recently. So yeah, I love that one.
Okay. All right, y'all. All right, Lemon Kush. I see. Come back at 7:30 Eastern time. I don't know what time zone you in for Cross. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.
All right, y'all.